A fire rages in Queens for hours. Dozens of families homeless. Now the investigation into what sparked it. Plus.
And more gorgeous weather. But how long does it last? We have the answers.
Hitting the road, the city takes its vaccine effort on a 5-borough tour. The bus turned vaccine clinic. This is News 4 Now for April 7th. I'm Rana Novini. The Red Cross is now helping 90 families displaced in a massive fire in Queens that took 11 hours to get under control. 21 people were hurt in this apartment building fire along 34th Avenue in Jackson Heights. That includes 16 firefighters. The fire started yesterday afternoon with crews getting it under control just after midnight.
I don't know what happened when I come in. I working and my wife called me and say it's fire in the apartment.
Officials say the fire started in a 6th-floor apartment and the fire spread after a door was left open. It's still unclear what sparked it.
The bill is passed. Senator Gianaris.
Early this morning, New York lawmakers took their final vote on the overdue state budget. The state Senate held an all-night session. Earlier, the Assembly passed New York's biggest spending plan ever at $212 billion. It'll make New York City residents the highest taxed in the nation. So here's what's in it. Nearly $30 billion for schools, help for tenants and small businesses, and legalized mobile sports betting. On top of that is a tax hike on people earning more than $1 million a year. A Toms River couple is calling out an airline for kicking them and their children off of a flight. Happened Monday right after they boarded a flight from Orlando to Atlantic City. Ari and Avital Eisenberg say Spirit employees harassed and bullied them because their 2-year-old daughter, who has special needs, was not wearing a mask. During a news conference on Zoom Tuesday, the Eisenbergs' attorney played a video recorded by another passenger showing the child eating a snack at the time. The Eisenbergs were then ordered off the flight. They were eventually allowed back on, but they're upset about how they were treated. They're asking the airline for a formal apology.
Spirit has failed to come forward with the simple words, "I'm sorry."
In a statement, Spirit said it is aware of incorrect information circulating about the flight. The flight was delayed due to adults who did not comply with the federal mask mandate, and the airline allowed the guests to continue on their flight to their destination after assurances of compliance. More tests are being performed on rapper DMX to determine his level of brain function. DMX, whose real name is Earl Simmons, remains at White Plains Hospital on life support and in a coma. His manager says after today's tests, his family will, quote, determine what's best from there. Last night, his family visited him in the hospital as hundreds of fans continued to hold vigil outside. DMX was admitted last Friday after a heart attack. The city is taking its vaccine effort on the road. You will soon start seeing a mobile vaccine bus, perhaps in your neighborhood. First stop today, Sunset Park, Brooklyn. The neighborhood was picked to target restaurant and delivery workers. The mobile vaccine clinic has 6 exam rooms to accommodate 6 vaccinations at a time. Mayor de Blasio says the bus will be able to dole out a few hundred shots a day. The bus will stay in a neighborhood for 1 to 3 days before moving on to the next. A New Jersey brewery is borrowing inspiration from an Easter candy favorite. Brick City Brewing in Little Ferry just launched Get Peeped. It's a New England-style triple IPA inspired by the candy. The beer is brewed with wheat and triple hopped before being conditioned with marshmallow cream. The company says it has notes of the marshmallow candies, rich vanilla frosting, Sunday mimosas, and ambrosia. It launched this week. An iconic grocery store on the Upper West Side is getting a little more fashionable. Zabar's teamed up with the shoe company Vans to launch this new slip-on shoe. It features the store's signature colors. It's decked out in some of Zabar's most popular items, everything from bagels to coffee to black and white cookies. The shoes are going to run you about $90. It's part of shoe company Vans' Foot the Bill initiative, which creates shoes to help raise money for struggling businesses. Well, if you've liked the weather so far this week, Dave Price is here with some good news for you. Hi, Dave.
Rana, it looks like tonight is going to be an extended version of today. Lots of clear skies. The sun will be out until it sets, and we're going to see plenty of it. Into the evening, a couple of clouds roll in, but we hang on to those nice, comfortable temperatures. Mostly clear by 10 p.m. and then a comfortable overnight. As far as what we expect, we'll get down to 49 degrees eventually with an east wind to about 10 miles per hour. Mid-40s out across the island, a little bit cooler to the north and west, not by a lot. And as we head into tomorrow, we'll probably cut 4 or 5 degrees off the thermometer reading. Still plenty of sunshine out there with the southeast wind to about 10 miles per hour. There are changes coming in the forecast, though, as we head into Friday. More clouds, cooler conditions, and some showers for the weekend.
An extraordinary outpouring of help for a Long Island pre-med student. A skiing accident left her paralyzed from the neck down and on a ventilator just weeks from graduation. Rebecca Colton was found unconscious in the woods on Stratton Mountain in Vermont last month. But as Paisy Chang explains from Plainview, she is far from alone in her battle to recover.
It absolutely means the world to us.
Scott and Audrey Colton are overwhelmed by the outpouring of support for their daughter, Rebecca. The 21-year-old Plainview woman was set to graduate college this spring. Instead, she's in a Boston hospital, learning to live as a quadriplegic.
My daughter was found without a pulse, and that they had revived her several times.
The vibrant young woman was injured in a tragic skiing accident in March. Her parents have stopped working to be at her bedside. The cost is astronomical.
You can eat and drink.
Rebecca's best friend, Jessica, speaks to her through FaceTime. She is helping to raise funds for the family.
I absolutely feel helpless, but the only thing we can do as her closest friends and as a community is just to raise money for her and to get her the proper care that she needs.
And everybody is doing their part. Here at Pete the Greek restaurant, they're donating a part of their proceeds from today to help Rebecca. Tomorrow, the next day, it'll be another restaurant.
We like to give back to the community.
The owners of Family Bagels in Plainview hosted a fundraiser last weekend and another this Saturday. They also made a coffee especially for her. Becca's Brew will be sold at their store. All proceeds will go to help pay for her care.
The whole situation is very unfortunate, and it just makes you not take life for granted. I mean, in a split second, everything can be over.
And Rebecca's story has broken hearts across the country. With the help of the Christopher Reeve Foundation, they have been able to raise $500,000 to pay directly for her medical bills.
It gives us a sense of hope, maybe, that prayer, the power of prayer in such masses, may work, hopefully will work.
In Plainview, Paisy Chang, News 4, New York.
And now let's take a look at what New York Live has for us today.
If you're looking for a way to satisfy your sweet tooth, I have just the place for you. Dip Donuts is a new donut shop with a unique concept and a one-of-a-kind experience. So let's dip in to see what they're about. Al, thank you so much for having us here. Tell us about Dip Donuts.
Dip Donuts is a fresh made-to-order donut shop. Each customer that comes through our doors gets to make their own combinations, from choosing their own drizzles to their own toppings to their own coatings.
Tell me how you got the idea for Dip Donuts in the first place.
It wasn't me that chose the donuts kind of chose me.
I love it.
Growing up, my brothers and I always wanted to do our own thing and be business owners. We noticed that up in the North Jersey market that there wasn't any made-to-order donut shops that offered a unique experience. The children of the community needed something different also in this town.
I don't think it looks as pretty as yours, though. What do you think?
No, it doesn't. But when you first started, though, you started off on the right foot.
I had high hopes. And voila.
That's not too bad. You're getting better at this.
I'm getting better.
Donut by donut, you're getting better.
I have to admit that yours look better than mine, but it doesn't matter because they will all be the same in my belly. Oh my God. This is so good. It's so fresh.
So the outside of the donut, it gives you that crisp feel in your mouth, and then when you get inside, it gives you that soft, cakey feeling.
Very dangerous, though. Well, Al, the weight of my heart is definitely through my stomach, and I've had an exceptionally tasty time here. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and supporting us today and showing Dip Donuts love.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow.